I think that was my favorite session so far. That was so fun.
That was the one I did the most. So the fish racing, I had that planned before we even started the podcast. I had that planned back when we did proof of concept. It was either going to do something from NADPOD where they did the Hot Boy Summer where they had the Sea-Doos. But then I remembered that there was snail racing and Wild Beyond the Witchlight. There was a big session. I think I felt like I wasn't letting y'all do anything in past 2 sessions because I was like, oh, I have something planned and I didn't plan enough for the other 2. Yeah. I was like, I need to have the fish race because that would be so much fucking fun. And then I need to give them like options and I want to have Pelagius get stolen again.
It felt more organic.
Yeah, I had way more fun doing it, and I feel like y'all had more fun too.
With I was so glad what did you call it? Natural crit or
negative failure.
I was so glad you negative failure. Just because that moment is so funny.
It's very funny.
Like the dice were telling the story that they thought we
a negative
kidnapped
failure.
him.
I also might have fucked up on the math a couple times, but I'm really glad that y'all won, so that it wasn't like
you didn't have to review it. Yeah,
so I didn't have to review it.
We could have raided their cabin.
If y'all would have tied, it would have just come down to a D20 roll. Like whoever gets higher on the D20 roll.
It was fun because it felt like they really could have won. Because
Igneous was killing it. Like she was to get like 19 all the time.
Is Igneous the halfling? Just for clarification. All right, so that's the one I hit on. So I need to make a note.
Yeah.
I like that it was purely like chance, right? It was like no matter what class or like skill set you had, it was going to be up to chance.
Yeah. And I really liked y'all's suggestions of like fighting and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, that's really cool. But like, I was like, I don't have mechanics for that.
No, but it also forced us to get creative because the wind gust is like something that would happen on the ocean, and it made us get creative and think of like other ways to like make ourselves faster making them slower. But that was still a really creative way to like do it without just like throwing a dart at them or something.
And also, I think it was really cool of how like we thought Morrigan was going to win for a minute. And then we were pretty sure it was going to be Igneous for the most time.
I was trying to figure out how to give you a bardic inspiration.
Just came out of nowhere.
I know. Well, the fact that it was like we had that round where me and Maddy had a nat 20, and then I had a nat 20 like 2 rounds later.
Yeah.
I loved that the gust of wind like made Beans like so glorious.
Yeah.
It was like a butt wiggle.
I thought it was funny that Beans won considering he was a cat and didn't want to go.
Yeah.
You didn't even use it.
Yeah.
Well, now you've still got the bardic.
He really was the underdog.
I was glad, but I was whenever your last roll, I was like, oh my god. Like,
well, I was saving it because in the second round.
I know. I was so glad you had it, but then you rolled an 18.
Because in the second round, I rolled a 7, and I was like, okay, if I roll a 5 or a 6, I could pass. That's why I asked him that. But I was like, no, I should save it for later. With like, we're in trouble.
I also like even like the person, like the thing that just happened. It felt like it could have gone different. You know, if Sawyer had just swung the door open, what would have happened?
Yeah, like
you know, I feel kind of bad.
I had an idea of like what happens with like each reaction of like what y'all do of like how much you see, but then you did so well on the stealth check and they did really bad on their perception check of you. I was like, you kind of see like a transformation or something like that happen.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna tell Miss Gray, but then I didn't know if it's like I don't know how much information I should be like throwing around. Maybe we should wait and do our own. Because what if she would want to protect the other faculty? Maybe we should ask around like who could do that.
Yeah.
So I kept my mouth
I kind of did give away all of our information that we had coming in because I was like, by the way, peace out, bye.
No, I liked when you gave everyone the recap of like, because I didn't really remember everything that happened.
I was thinking like, oh, they're coming to prank us or something.
Yeah.
But I was like, Beans would never think that way because like Beans is not around like normal kids. So
no, this would be like a classic like neighborhood prank.
Yeah, so like Sawyer. That's why I was like, oh, he sets up the door like he's gonna stab somebody. So like, what if I had ran and opened the door?
Well, your instincts were way more close because I like Sawyer, of course, thought it was them raiding, but like I also thought it was them raiding.
Well, like I mean,
Sawyer and I have a lot in common.
Like that's what I thought. It was
but I genuinely thought it was them raiding. Like,
well, that makes sense. Like, you guys should not expect like you guys are in this village. Well, like let's just kind of like start from the beginning of. So you guys get out of the forest. You guys see this giant archway. You guys go through the veil, which is pretty much the village security.
Yeah.
If you didn't have anyone to bring you through, or like you didn't know what you were doing, then you'd get lost in the veil.
Yeah, that was scary. That was genuinely like the way you described it was good. I was like actually like, holy shit.
I was like
terrifying.
About to get lost.
And also like the beach is like cloudy, but then the village is really sunny, so like it feels very isolated, and you guys should be safe. But there's also like the bandits got Pelagius somehow.
Seems like there's some sort of leak
Yeah,
in the
or like
defenses.
if you have a faculty coin, maybe you can get in. It doesn't matter if you know or not. Like I wonder if it's a free pass.
Yeah, or I mean, it's
we
also like
frequent it.
because Frogmont people are expected to be there.
Yeah.
Frogmont and Lilly people are supposed to be there.
Yeah. I also wonder, I don't think Morrigan's told us, but the fucking blinded troll helped that other group.
Yeah.
Yeah, get
So
in.
were they behind us?
Or
Or were they on like an identical path, just somewhere else?
Yeah, because he took off running, right? So then they could have encountered him.
But they said that they made friends with... What?
They made friends with the troll, and the troll dropped them off in Lorelei Village.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they also like and like you guys, so you guys don't know if it's the exact same troll. I mean, like it had scratches on its eyes, so you can assume. But like you haven't really talked to them a lot to like know their full experience.
Sawyer didn't see that at all, so
Yeah.
I have to remember
Yeah,
that she didn't see it. Oh, have you told? I guess have you told us?
Well, it was
told-
Morrigan knows that they saw the troll, but then Beans knows about
The grade.
like the grade and also like the befriending the
supposed to.
trolls.
Like during the short
Yeah.
rest, like y'all would have like shared that with the group, like right? Or would you have not? Would you
I mean, we can do that. Like we can
no,
assume
I'm
that
asking.
like
I'm just asking y'all. If y'all say
I
no,
mean,
we didn't
I
mention it.
Well, no, I mentioned it at the fish
Yeah, Beans did
race,
mention
and
that.
I was like, oh, we need to talk about it more, and we just haven't gotten the chance to.
yeah.
Right?
Also, I like to assume that like you tell the party like at some point because I mean, unless it's like a huge secret that like affects one person in the party, then it's kind of like we shouldn't need to role play you telling the stuff that the DM
know,
already
it's like,
said.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So unless it's like a super secret thing,
But the super secret things, you text us anyway. So.
yeah, I would text y'all or something. I'd send you a message. But yeah, so you guys get into the village, and then the negative failure. I was expecting there to be like a big like welcome
Riot.
thing.
I know.
Well, I was like, oh, like they're gonna get there and like they're gonna show Pelagius and they're gonna be so happy. But then I was like, oh, like give me a persuasion or whatever. And then you rolled that one, and I was like, they think that you stole them.
They harpooned you through the head.
Yeah, you guys did not get like the village hero's welcome.
I know.
But you guys got like his parents and
I respect them
elder.
being paranoid.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, it's like we have to say village. How did somebody get stolen?
I know. I was like, there was literally, even if I had done well on that roll, it's like I don't think there's any way they would think that like this person holding their baby like would have been like.
Yeah.
That they were literally like about to charge off.
I know they were about to war party out of their
I
sacred
loved
village,
it.
sacred
It
secluded
was such
village.
a funny image.
And then they circle you guys, and then you guys
Because there's like
convince
4
them.
of us.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. And then you guys meet Elder. What was her name?
Sorry.
Sorry. And then
Oh yeah,
I
what
had
was the game called?
Nore Lingue,
Yeah.
which is literally I googled like fish and race in Elven, like Tolkien Elven.
Those fish parents made me want to have a kid. I was like, oh my god, like, the fish parents and the little family. I was like, maybe I will.
Damn.
Maybe.
I would like my child to be stolen from me, and then I can celebrate
And then I
them
can
being safe.
celebrate it. Maybe it was more about like if I was a fish.
I want to know what the deal is with Big P.
I know. I want to know why they
Well,
keep stealing
she was
it.
like, he's very special to us, and I was like, are you gonna sacrifice him?
I feel like he has like a special power or something.
Maybe
But
he's like
maybe not all
promised.
fish
He's like the prince that was promised to be the next, like what was she, the elder?
Yeah.
I don't know.
But 10,000, like, why would other people want him if he was just promised to be the elder?
I thought it was for any member of the species.
That's what
the
they
10,000.
said. They said any
Oh.
person.
I think it's just that like
But
they're
they
such a
keep the
valuable.
But they keep going for Big P, so I wonder if nobody really knows, but there is a reason why the village.
Well, he seems.
But
like
it's
the
also,
only
like-
young kid.
And also, you guys know that there is
he's
so
not
there's
Voldemort.
Dirty Dan, but then there's like somebody paid Dirty Dan
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
get someone.
Yeah.
You guys don't know who that is.
As Sawyer, I'm like, haha, you guys have to be in the shack. But as Lily, I'm like, I want to be friends with these guys so bad. You know what I mean? It's like I can't wait to be friends with them, but I know that.
Hey, I'm building bridges with Sapphire.
I was gonna offer my bed, like to share my bed, and then I was like, we're high schoolers. We're high schoolers.
I know.
So I also want to know what's so big about the village that people want.
Yeah, what's the
What if
secret?
the elder has like prophetic powers and
Or they have, like, I don't know,
Pelagius is gonna learn them?
access to some, like, resource that's
Yeah.
only here.
Yeah, I will say like I mean it's
Giant
also
fish.
some things to like think about of like why the village is important. It's like it's a secret village with these fish people who like nobody sees. So like who knows like what medicines, who knows what like
Yeah.
abilities they have, and also a big thing, it's tied into Frogmont somehow. And Frogmont is one of, the great adventuring academies.
What does Valkyrie have if like the bus stop to Frogmont is like a mythical, like difficult to access village? Yeah.
We'll probably figure that out. I would say it's probably like Frogmont is like adventurous, and I don't think Valkyries would be like adventurous.
Like,
welcome
to our cathedral.
I think it would be like
some
high
champagne.
No, I think they'd like go to like a spa,
exactly.
resort the day before, and like they get
An
to spend a
equestrian
week.
ride.
Yeah, they get to spend like a week at the spa to prep them for school.
Can I get you some oil for your hair?
Sounds like Esta's ideal.
You guys need to talk to the elder and Miss Gray about like what the fuck you saw, and like they need to talk. Maybe y'all can get some information. Like we don't know if the elder will talk about it, and then you'll have the bonfire where you guys can probably talk to the team that you guys beat, and then like each other, and then maybe like meet a couple other people, and then like the plan would be you guys go to sleep and then wake up and then go to Frogmont. However y'all get there.
I feel like they're gonna cast suspicion on us. Because, like, we brought Big P in, and then
now
Big P got
disappeared.
taken in front of our cabin. Also, Lily
But
chose
that
to
is a
say,
really-
Lily's first words out of her mouth were, I didn't do it.
They were honest words.
Yeah. Well, also, I mean, the elder liked y'all.
Yeah.
That's true.
She was so real.
I'm more, I think if Miss Gray, like, starts to accuse us.
I don't
she's
think they're
in
gonna
on it.
because that was a really powerful thing to be able to do. Because
Yeah.
his parents knew. His parents set him on ahead, like, go get them for dinner or
Yeah.
whatever it was. So like they knew that he was right there, and like we are not powerful enough to have like disappeared like that.
Yeah. What is everybody's A pluses and Fs?
A+ to the fish race. I had so much fun.
Yeah.
A+ to negative failure and critical 20.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
funniest thing I've ever heard.
It was so funny.
They were both like I didn't even think I was.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh,
if
A
that
plus. Were you planning on bringing Bertram back, or whoever it is, this troll? Were
It's
you planning
Bertram.
on bringing the theme of trolls?
So the whole Sapphire thing of like, it's a grade. That whole thing of like hinting,
That was all staged or something?
it's like, is it staged or is like where did they come from? Because it seemed like the world is different in Lorelei
Like,
Village.
They knew a lot of.
Yeah, and they knew a lot of stuff. Like Sapphire seems very smart.
Also, how did they know
Well,
to
they
like,
all seem so freaking cool.
but how did they know to
we
make a
have to hate
break
them.
for the cottage, right? How did they know that they're like assigned
I would say
shadow?
that's as simple as like you guys saw Elder Sori motion to the cabin and then motion to the broken
firewood.
yeah, like the firewood, and like they can see the firewood, and then like they can see like the shack over there, and like you see like the administrator with the clipboard like talking to you all, and it's like, oh, like we probably want to go to the, and also it was Igneous who like took off.
Yeah.
And she was like, I'm make a quick decision, I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
A+ to our dice for rolling a little.
Y'all did
more,
pretty well.
with
Yeah.
a little more variety today.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
didn't.
Even when they rolled
Some good, some
a
bad.
negative failure.
The past couple episodes, y'all have like
telling the story.
y'all have like struggled to get like above a 10.
Yeah.
I know.
A+ to my dice because Beans has +0 on animal handling, so that was raw dice.
Wow.
Yeah.
A plus to
I
like
know.
the characterization of the new girls.
I just knew I needed to work hard on this episode, and I've been planning. I have a tab that is called The Politics of Frogmont.
Wow.
So y'all
that's
are
so exciting.
it's gonna kick up. I was just like, I need to plan more stuff so that like I can flesh out the world more so that y'all can live in it a little bit better.
We can play.
Okay,
a
we
little
gotta
bit more.
flunk
Yeah.
something. I'm gonna flunk the guy who stole Pelagius after we just rescued him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a big F.
What do y'all think is up with the pendant thing of like the bullybug?
I think someone's trying to pin it on a Frogmont like
Employee.
That would make
faculty.
sense.
It was like a,
Like,
a
there's-
big mistake to make.
If they all have those, they know how. Like, they're probably some kind of like security key. They're probably it's
Yeah.
like their name badge. Like, that's such an intentional thing to like drop. Like,
I wonder if it was.
it's so like his only faculty have that. Like that, I feel like that person is trying to pin it
And if you
on
want
a
like
Frogmont faculty
whatever
member.
they're trying to get into Lorelei for, you would want to get rid of like the only competition, right? Which is Frogmont has what we know is the only access. So
Yeah.
they might want
You
to
would want
break
to make it
that.
look bad.
Yeah, they're trying to make Frogmont look bad.
Yeah.
Did it,
and
when
good.
Sawyer saw it, was it just that that simple and that quick? Like
What
they
do you
were
mean?
they were this really tall, imposing hooded figure. They shrunk to a small, also hooded, like dark
Yeah.
hooded figure, and then as they disappeared, it dropped.
Yeah.
Like there wasn't any sort of like Pelagius put up a fight and like yanked, like it was just like
No, I would say like it behind the screen. Not really behind the screen, but it looked like Pelagius was about to like knock on y'all's door. Like he was about to like go to y'all. And then like it was a very quick like.
Would Sawyer have seen anything that made it look like they accidentally dropped it, or if it was like a?
We can roll for that next episode if you want. Y'all are gonna have to talk to the elder and Miss Gray.
Maybe I should just tell them.
So y'all are gonna have to like recall some
just
stuff.
Such a big clue the way they changed sizes. It's like, I don't know if I want to tell that to everybody.
It is a badge of like a faculty member. So like.
Yeah, but they could have stolen it.
They could have stolen it from a faculty member. So yeah. All right. Do you want to end it there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Big mystery.
All right. See you.
Bye.
So